Hello, everybody. Thank you for joining me. This is GGF bringing you episode 41, now in the 40s of Let's Play Pillars of Eternity. Or maybe not. 1 second, guys. Bear with me. Alright, bong bong. Let's try that again. Should be good to go. Some stuff got a little screwy with my drives because I switched my laptop over. Well, I switched my bed and everything over today to a new room, to the master bedroom. And I was staying in a pretty big room before, but this is an even bigger one, which is cool. And I switched the laptop over, got unplugged, and one drive in particular got a little screwy when I plugged it back in, but it's all good now. Problem fixed, crisis averted. And here we are, guys. We're back in the endless paths, or at least the close to them.
Give me a real challenge.
Alright, bong bong.
Sure.
Let's come in here. There is a dead homie on the ground. He's got Faramund's curse. This rolled up piece of parchment is covered in smeared charcoal scrawls. Let me get it down in writing. I knew this was a crap plan from the start. Merrick, gleeful as a toddler, convinced we were going to talk the Xaurips into helping us fill our pockets. Help Andres right into a great big pit, more like. And now you've all run off like hares. Meanwhile, here's me, up to my armpits in bones and Xaurup crap. I hope you all rot down here. I hope Merrick trips right off the edge of the world, and Drafton loses what's left of his wits and guts. The rest of you. The rest of you. 5 of us left and you run. Curse each and every one of you, and curse me too for dying here on account of a bunch of mewling piss bores. Piss pots. Here's for when one of you rotten lizard bastards learn some of the daring. I hope you all frickin' choke. Alright, so we'll just hang on to that, I guess. And we've got Hand and Key, a unique medium armor. No kidding. Worn by Pefrel, a paladin of the kind wayfarers, this breastplate bears an elegant relief on 2 hands presenting a key. Pefrel commissioned the armor to demonstrate his dedication to the idea of opening paths and doors for those who might otherwise find the passage too dangerous. While his devotion to the order dictated almost every facet of the man's life, Pefrel was also a faithful adherent of the god Bareth, and the Hand and Key served as a personal reminder that the final door he opened would bring him into the god's keeping. Fine, +2 damage reduction, +25 defense against confused, +20 defense against charmed, +15 defense against dominated. Its unique medium armor, damage reduction 10, 13 pierce, 9 burn, and freeze, so pretty good. I'm not sure who can really rock that, but interesting. Let's see. DR of 10 is pretty decent. Endurance of Constitution +2 and burn proof, light armor. What's the recovery on this? -40%. Might be something maybe I could use. I have 11 of intellect +1 and fine. I should probably throw this on. It's also fine, but it's loyal. I don't know what loyal stood for, but it's 5% better recovery speed. We lose 1 intellect, but we gain the defense against confused, charmed, and dominated. Oh, we lose 17 slash defense. That's not good. We gain a little crush defense. She's got a DR 14 +2. She needs all of that. 18 slash and pierce. I don't know. Maybe Durance. Durance's recovery time right now is 15% though. He's gonna be a slow mage wearing that. Kana? Kana. Fine robe. Let's Let's put this on him. Very nice. Cool looking armor. And I put that on him because he does still have melee responsibilities at times. So we'll check that out on him. Should be interesting. Oh, we didn't come up here either.
Hello? Hello?
Oh, wow. On the table, we've got a lockpick. Dead Xaurup. This Xaurup is lying in a corner of the chamber. Its ribs show starkly beneath its scaly hide, and its breathing is labored, each whistling breath causing obvious discomfort. It doesn't seem to be reacting to your presence. Examine it. You look the creature over. There's a strange discoloration on its skin in several places, but you cannot see anything that would inform you of what ails the Xaurup. And over here, we've got 3 gold rot chew. Okay, not that I particularly would ever do this, but what would happen? I'm curious if we kill it. The Xaurup barely makes a sound. There's a muted and then the creature lies still. Blood. Soon enough, its eyes are glassy, empty of life. Did what you had to. You work on a farm long enough, you come to understand it, even if it is never easy.
Let's keep quiet.
I guess it was a mercy thing after. I mean, it was a mercy thing, of course, but still don't know if I'd go to that lengths. But, like Adair said, did what he had to do. What is my personality for that, I wonder, if I go to the character sheet? Benevolent, maybe? Stoic? Diplomatic? Honest? Deceptive? It probably wouldn't be like... I can't imagine that being...
Light, flame, and sound. Keep to ourselves.
like
Isn't this something?
something horrific, you know? Tramp disarm, they don't even see us.
I'll teach you a lesson.
Very nice.
Margaret's fire casts light in dark places.
Oh, here comes that worm. Oh no, we're not in good position. The worm is not fighting us. No, wait a minute. I'm gonna reload. It's not that they didn't see us. It's that the Xaurup wasn't aggressive. I killed him, which I shouldn't have. Relatively speaking. Oh, it was a bug. Okay. That was weird then. I thought it was just patrolling and gonna let us, like, you know, let it go. Bong bong. 35 pierce damage from Kana. Another worm wing.
I'll take a peek.
In this alcove, in the shelf, we've got 43 silver lucia. Let's go, son. Come down this way. We haven't even been yet. This floor is huge. Oh, Xaurup champion. Xaurup champion.
Isn't this something?
Trap detected a... Wow, Xaurup champions everywhere. A high priest. Skirmisher. Cast Pillar of Faith. Who's this? Oh, I got it roped up there somehow. I'll get in stag mode. I don't know if we'll be able to do this because that priest is going to trouble us. Durance can interdict them all. Aloth can throw a fireball back there. If I can get in there, there's the fireball. It's gonna be a priestly battle and stuff.
Yes.
Pascal, get up there if you can. Durance, Dire Blessing. Xaurips High Priest makes himself available. Let's put 3 skeletons right behind him. And have them attack the priest. Kana attack the priest. Aloth throw a barrage in there at them. Throw another one. Wow, the high priest, they're healing. Durance, we need... Oh, darn, he doesn't have any cast left of it. That wizard, abatement or whatever. That thing, that dampener, the arcane dampener. Try knocking it down. I'll do carnage right there. No, don't move. Try to knock it down.
Back to the wheel with that one. What?
Durance. What can you do? Divine Mark on the Xaurips High Priest. Actually, Durance, get your pistol out. And fire away. That one's down. Let me team up on it. We almost got it. Come on, get the Xaurips champion. He's healing it. Oh, it's healed again, and this one's full of health. A seal that causes enemies to come sprawling. Put it right there. Nice. Oh, they're still fully healed. Alright, let's have everybody try to attack this one.
Stand still.
The priest went down, okay. Priest is dead. Now it's just a matter of taking out the champions one at a time here. There's more lined up. Durance, make a consecration circle. Not an easy fight. Adair. Try knocking it down. Okay, now attack that one. Oh my gosh, and there's still a priest left. Kana, shoot the priest. Durance, shoot the priest. Aloth. Necrotic lance on the priest. Long. I'll attack that one. Adair's health going down.
I need some help here.
You might not be able to hang in there, Skirmisher Champion. Alright, everybody attack the Skirmisher. Everybody attack the Champion, Adair. There's traps in there. Yeah, let Paschal step up.
Hey.
Adair step off. We should have this champion pretty soon. There we go. Now let me
Hey there.
disarm the trap. There we go. Everybody, go fight the skirmishers.
Yes.
We're okay as long as Adair doesn't go down.
I need some help. I
I'll teach you a
We
lesson.
do have them.
That's it.
And then the worm. Well, this was a special encampment here. And we have no camping supplies, and Adair took so much damage. Audra, 2 bloodstones, a bloodstone, Valoon, a pearl. Pearls are formed in the mouths of clams and similar animals. They are hard spheres, most often white, that show faint iridescence, being difficult to come by in large numbers. They are every bit as rare as many precious stones, and consequently just as expensive. And then a bunch of quarterstaves and champion spears. Bong bong. And more. A bunch of tongues.
Easy now.
Sure.
We don't want another fight. There's a way over here. Some pottery. 322 pawns and a potion of minor regen. We have some books to read. We haven't done that in a while. Been fighting
There's
a lot.
something you don't see every day.
Trap detected. Some more pottery. 19 Lucia, 2 bloodstones, and a potion of fleet feet. Empowers the target with unnatural speed, increasing their movement rate plus 3 movement speed. I think Adair would like to have that one.
Sure.
There's a trap. Let's see what's over here. Let me disarm it.
Give me a real challenge.
Bong bong. And we've got a broken blade. This is the upper half of a broken blade. The metal is of fine quality and it's unclear what caused it to snap neatly at the midpoint. The blade of the endless paths. Find more pieces of the ancient sword. Neat. But I think that would do it for this entire floor now. And I think we're ready to head to Defiance Bay. At least take a break from the constant fighting.
They'll
That's
never
pretty
know I'm
wicked
here.
though. Cool battle. We have some stuff to sell. We should probably head back to Gilded Vale, actually. Although I can't wait to see what Defiance Bay store-wise has for us. And there was steps that way that seemed to go down. And then this pit, of course, so I don't know.
Margaren's fire casts light in dark places.
I don't know what to do next, but let's start with doing some reading, actually. How about all right, Light of Dawn, Arrayed Saren Morality Play Part 1, Charity and Generosity. Characters in order of appearance. How long is this? Oh, this is pretty long, so get ready, guys. It's going to be a good one. Characters in order of appearance. Man. Male, a ghostly being. Female, a ghostly being. Beggar, starving man, and injured man. Setting, empty field, no trees or buildings in sight. A man lies on the ground center stage. He wakes slowly and looks around. Two ghostly beings approach him, a male from the stage left, a female from stage right. Man, where am I? What has happened? Male, nothing has happened. Man, how did I get here? Female, you did not arrive, you are just here. Man, what is going on? Male and female, you are traveling, we will travel with you. They both reach out a hand to him insistently. He looks at them, not sure what to do. After a few moments of deliberation, he takes the male's hand and allows him to help. Male, aside to female, his soul is strong. This decision will be easy. Female, aside to male, such arrogance surely will be your undoing. They walk to the end of the stage and encounter a beggar holding out a bowl. Beggar, will you help the needy? Will you hear the call of charity? What will you do for those less fortunate? Male, here is a beggar. What will you do? He has no food, no clothes. He is destitute and will surely die if no mercy is shown him. Female, surely he deserves no mercy. Look to his legs. His legs, do they not move? Look to his arms, can they not work? Look to his eyes, can they not see? Surely he can provide for himself. Male and female, what will you do? The man ponders for a moment, then reaches into his pocket and drops a coin in the beggar's bowl. Beggar, thank you, kind sir. May your charity come back to you in turn. Male and female, why did you give alms to this beggar? Man, I saw a man in need. It is not for me to say if he deserves mercy, only that I need provide mercy if I am able. I have the means to help, so I help. If he has the ability to provide for himself and does not, that is on his head, not mine. If I can provide the light of dawn to a man in need, it is my duty to do so. Male, aside to female, he knows charity, even disguised as a beggar. His mind is open. Female, aside to male, even those with an open mind can be closed down. Male and female, let us continue our journey. They walk to the other edge of the stage, leaving the beggar behind. They approach the starving man, who puts out his hands in supplication. Well, that was pretty cool. He knows charity, even disguised as a beggar. Huh. Starving man, a crust, a morsel, please? Surely generosity will not allow you to stand by and let someone starve. Male, this man is starving. What will you do? He's on the brink of death. Only an act of generosity will save him. Female, what need has this man that he cannot provide for himself? Why should you turn over that which you earn to one who has done no such act and who deserves nothing from you? Male and female, what will you do? Again, the man considers what he will do. He reaches into his pocket and retrieves a piece of bread and gives it to the starving man. Starving man, thank you, good sir. May your generosity be returned unto you tenfold. Male and female, why did you give food to the hungry? Man, I saw a man who hungered. It is not for me to say if he deserves a morsel, only that I need provide a morsel if I am able. I have the food to spare, so I give. If I can open a man's eyes to the light, it is my duty to do so. Male aside to female, he knows generosity, even disguised as a starving man. His heart is giving. Female aside to male, even those with a giving heart can be greedy. Male and female, we will continue our journey. That was really cool. And now that can be sold, though. For 16. Let's read a little bit more. Compilation of poetry, not too long. The expedition, I move. There is no compulsion. It is not a need, but something pulls. I cannot deny its draw. The white winds out past my vision. Its fierce eyes watch me as I move. The wolf tracks my step. A silent companion who will not join. All is blank. The pale expanse lies before and behind. I search. The miles pass and still my feet move. My hunt continues unabated. The landscape returns my gaze, unaffected by my presence. The snow falls, needles driven by the wind. Its cold teeth bite my skin. The snow gathers its hands around my feet, a fierce opponent who will not relent. All is white, my journey continues. I travel, I can no longer stop. A true compulsion forms. The need drives me on. I must see. The sun breaks through the gray. Its unrelenting gaze thaws me. My body warms under its touch. Frigid limbs move again and carry me farther. All is empty. The breath of existence is my destination. That was really cool too. And then finally for today's reading session, we will look at, oh, one second guys. Let's see, did we read part 4, Hadrith's Rebellion? Let's see here. Okay, this is new. The rural communities loved Admeth Hadric, considering him the best leader they'd ever had. In Adair, the Ferkening rankled against his usurpations of imperial authority, but no longer had the necessary power to truly undo anything that had happened. 2 years later, in 2664 AI, the Ferkening found allies willing to explore the ruins against the treaty conditions and plundered them for their artifacts. This was done discreetly at first, but they eventually became careless. The agents were discovered and arrested, but there was no evidence pointing back to the Ferkening. Admeth, suspecting the truth, used Glanfathan Brishelgwind, mind hunters, the progenitors of modern-day ciphers, to investigate the matter further. With this method of interrogation, he discovered a chain of evidence all the way back to the Ferkening. While he investigated, many rural communities suffered retaliatory attacks by the Glanfathans. Now, wait a minute, I think we did read this, didn't we? No, I don't think so. Armed with this new information, Admeth worked with Galvin Medra, the new leader of the Glanfathans, in the rural communities of the Deerwood to prevent the Ferkening's agents from entering the ruins. There was a back and forth between the two groups, both sides engaging in various political, economic, and military maneuvers to try and gain the upper hand. The Ferkening was at a disadvantage in this game, though, as he preferred to assert his authority without causing an uprising. Eventually, Admeth had enough. He convinced 7 of the 9 earls to join him, and they severed their allegiance to the Ferkening, declaring themselves independent and decreed they would govern themselves just as the Valian republics did 20 years prior. Admeth told the people he had tired of policies that made the nobles rich while putting the people of the Deerwood at risk. He declared himself a duke, again modeled after the Valian Republic's governing structure, and called the Deerwood a free palatinate. Thus began the War of Defiance in 2668 AI. The war lasted 4 years and caused countless casualties, including Admeth himself. The Deerwoodans, with their Glanfathan allies, were able to persevere. Glanfathan astrologers, alongside the Deerwoodan forces and members of the ad hoc Knights of the Crucible militia, won the Battle of Defiance Bay, which became the last battle of the war, and left Deerwood free from Adir imperial rule. 7 of the 9 earls of the Deerwood survived and, unified in purpose, signed treaties with the Ferkening of Adir. 1 second, guys, I have a hair in my eye. Just underneath it, like. The war gave the Deerwood a greater sense of unity between its citizens and their Glanfathan allies. Admeth Hadric was revered by both groups, and the Deerwood enjoyed for the first time a nationwide fellowship of independence, perseverance, and sacrifice. Yenwood and Swinsrun were dissolved and incorporated into the surrounding earldoms, leaving 7, Hell's Gate, the Grasp, Tenfirths, Norwake, Coldwater, Ashfall, and Balereach, New Dunreed was renamed Defiance Bay and would become the seat of power for the new Duke in Balereach. The new Duke's rule began in 2672 AI. So we have to read part 5 now because this is just interesting stuff. Where's part 5? Deer and dialects. Oh, we have part 6 too. The Deerwood Part 5, the proliferation of animancy. Animancy, outlawed while under Adir rule, was technically no longer taboo after Hadrat's rebellion. Academics began its study again in earnest in 2681 AI. By 2697, there were almost 40 academics actively researching the field in both in the Deerwood and the Valian Republics, even though no significant results had been discovered. A tragic breakthrough of sorts happened in 2704 AI. An animancer working in Balereach accidentally shattered the souls of about a dozen volunteers who had been helping him. In retaliation for the deaths, the citizens of the area stormed his house and killed him. The Earl of the region, not wanting to waste resources or anger the locals any more than they already were, did nothing to find the head of the vigilante mob, but neither did he outlaw animancy. To ensure their own safety, most animancers moved from the rural areas where they were studying and settled in Defiance Bay, many of them choosing the emerging and wealthy district of Brackenbury as their new home of operations. While there were still a few breakthroughs in the study of animancy continued for the next 24 years, it quickly slowed as it became cost prohibitive and complicated. The more people learned about it. Most animancers couldn't afford to continue research without the support of donations or gifts from wealthy individuals and organizations. In 2737 AI, some animancers, desperate to continue their studies and seeing no other means of furthering their research, entered the forbidden ruins of Glonfoth to further their research. They discovered some such sites had strange artifacts that seemed to bear affinity to soul essence, and began to prod at the devices for further insight. Even when continued research, they were unable to tell quite what they have discovered. Eventually they were found out by the Glonfothans, who captured some of them, demanding they be punished for their crimes. The Deerwooden authorities, in order to maintain their treaties and keep the peace, had no choice. They allowed the animancers to be executed according to Glonfothan tradition. This led the Duke to make an additional proclamation: the study and practice of animancy on or even near the sacred Glonfothan sites would be punishable by death. In 2780 AI, in order to solidify relations again with the Glonfothans, the Deerwooden government allowed some animancers to begin training and experiments in conjunction with the Glonfothan mind hunters, their native ciphers. This was an exchange of information. The animancers documented the secrets of the Mindhunters' powers. The Mindhunters learned new techniques for concentration, which assisted them in taking their powers to a level no Glonfothan had seen before. The ciphers, no longer wary of the animancers' intentions, trusted them to such a level that they convinced the Glonfothans to give some animancers limited access to some of the training sites where the Glonfothans practiced. The Animfaths of the Glonfothan tribe opened the training grounds to the Animancers. They were not allowed inside, as this was still strictly forbidden, but the general allowances by the Glonfothans were seen as a breakthrough in relations between the Deerwood and Glonfoth. Over the next 8 years, the Animancers' research would continue unimpeded. With the exception of some minor squabbles, there has been no major strife between the two groups for almost 120 years since. And now we have to read part 6, because it's cool stuff. The Saints' War and Widewind's Legacy. Love reading about ancient history. Or not even ancient. I guess you can call it ancient. But it wasn't that long ago in the game. In 2807 AI, war returned to the Deerwood. Saint Widewind, transformed supposedly into a living incarnation of Aethys, marched on the Deerwood from Rayad Saris, beginning the Saints' War. The Deerwood rallied at Halgot Citadel and took the battle to him and Ray and Saris, attempting to prevent as much damage to their own land as they could. Even though there were devastating losses for the Deerwooded forces, using Hadrat's military techniques combined with Galvin Reg's strategies, they were able to secure a few victories for themselves as well. Ray and Saren forces made their way into the Deerwood through White March, unopposed by the locals at Cold Morn, leaving Mercy Vale burned and devastated. The contempt the Deerwoodens have for Cold Morn for this betrayal lasts well after the war ends. Desperate to end the war and eliminate St. Widewind, the Magronic clergy of Deerwood developed a special bomb that was hidden beneath the bridge at Halgot Citadel, intending to lure Widewind to the bridge and then detonate it. Their ploy succeeded, and St. Widewind was completely destroyed, along with most of the forces with him and the entire bridge. The 12 Deerwooded men and women who volunteered to delay St. Widewind on the bridge were also lost, their sacrifice and martyrdom celebrated by the Deerwood in the ensuing years. The bomb would come to be known as the Godhammer, and soon after the battle, the Citadel was renamed Godhammer Citadel. St. Widewind's forces were easily routed after his death, and the Deerwood set about rebuilding from the first major conflict in over a century. In retaliation for St. Widewind's action on Aethys' part, many Aethasian followers were purged from Deerwooded communities or driven out via social pressure. Just get a little more comfortable here, guys. Less than a year after the devastation of the Saints' War, tragedy hit again. In 2809 AI, the first Hollowborn was reported in the Deerwood. Many of these poor creatures died within weeks or months of being born. The outcry from the populace calls for blame or punishment be leveled against someone, whether it be the gods, the mothers, the government, or the Aethasian followers. Responding to a great socio-political pressure to try and help the Hollowborn, Animancers developed a process to transplant animal souls into the infants that they might develop survival instincts and even a basic personality. The process seemed successful, so it was repeated on tens of thousands of Hollowborn, even though many Animancers disagreed with the technique, worried about the ethical implications. These protests were largely ignored and discounted. The process was soon named Salvation, and the Hollowborn given souls they were this way were called the Saved. 5 years after the first Hollowborn, an Orlin girl is saved. She entered puberty. In a matter of mere weeks, she transformed into a ravenous feral creature devoid of all conscience. Soon, all of the saved would experience the same fate. Each one, upon reaching puberty, would transform into what the locals called wicks, uncontrollable children. After researching the problem, Animancers discovered an incompatibility between the animal souls and the children's bodies. This fueled the parents' anger, as many of them had to kill their wicked children. The Animancers responsible were widely denounced, and many of them were dragged from their homes, beaten, and in many cases killed. Most surviving Animancers left the rural areas en masse and headed to Defiance Bay. Others left the area completely, moving to the Valian Republics to study in peace. Oh man, I can't wait to find the other parts. Adiran dialects. This is interesting. I read this in Avowed, and it's a good way. I'll read it now again. Oh, we're 39 minutes in, so we'll save this for next time. It's a good way to learn how to pronounce some of the words and stuff. But I want to thank you guys for joining me. I hope you enjoyed this episode. We had a pretty cool battle, right? And then we got to read a little lore. We're going to try to read that book at least next time, and then we'll be all caught up and good to go. So hope you guys enjoyed. Thanks for watching. If you did enjoy, please like, comment, subscribe. I would greatly appreciate it. Also, if you want to be an even bigger help to the channel, you can look into becoming a member. Even at the $1.99 tier, every little bit helps, but is greatly appreciated as well. The information's in the description, the links to my Patreon and all that. You can check that out only if interested. If not, it's cool too. And yeah, I hope to see you guys next time. We're going to check this area down here. We're going to see if we can go down in that pit maybe, but I don't want to go down and then not be able to get back up. So we'll see how that works, and we'll maybe head to Defiance Bay because we need camping supplies. We may have first. We're going to head back to the Gilded Vale. We'll get camping supplies. We'll sell some stuff. We'll look into buying any magical items that the smithy has, and eventually we'll get to Defiance Bay. I promise. So until next time, guys. Be well, live well, stay well. Much love, peace, and joy. Don't go anywhere. Lots more fun to be had. A ciao for now.